The Arkansas Black BBQ.
It's the Kosher Organic Ranchero with your host, Yomenu. How are you doing? Now today, we are going to make a very simple barbecue. What we're going to do is, we're going to take a little bit of French roast, and we're going to take some heirloom potatoes and cook them in advance, and we're going to take the heirloom Arkansas black apple and make a quick barbecue. It couldn't be simpler than that. An apple and a steak. Let's get cracking.
Sponsored by Whole Foods Market, Beverly Hills, Strauss Family Creamery, BB's Bakery and Cafe, Pico Robertson, Kramer's Tobacconist in Beverly Hills, iBuyDirect.com, Yamaguchi Bonsai Nursery, Sawtell, J. Rothstein Jewelers in Beverly Hills, and Ojai Olive Oil Company.
Now to begin with, we're going to take my Japanese carpenter saw, and what we're going to do is we're going to cut some wood, make our fire, and we're going to marinate our roast and get our potatoes on the spit and get ready to make a really delicious, very quick barbecue. This saw is just amazing. It cuts both ways. Now what I'm going to do also is I'm going to take the axe and I'm going to cut some kindling. Very simple. Just take the axe and the kindling and just pop the axe down into the block a few times. Very simple. A little bit of campfire music. Now I've got all my kindling set, and I'm going to make my little fire. So I'm going to set the heavy camp meat up as the base of the fire and build against it. While our fire gets started, we're going to take the potatoes. I've already covered them with olive oil, a little bit of salt and ground pepper, and I'm going to put those onto the spits. So to prepare the potatoes, what we did is we boiled the potatoes in water, a little bit of salt and pepper and olive oil afterward, and put them on the skewer. That means as soon as they're hot, they're going to be ready to go. This is a beautiful way to get ready for a barbecue because you're not relying on your barbecue to do the cooking of the potato. And now what we're going to do is we're going to prepare our meat. Now here we're working with a little piece of French roast, and that's about 2 pounds. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut it across the grain. We're going to make some pretty big steaks here, about 1 inch. Now as you can see, we've cut this across the grain. And that's going to make it easier to eat because it's not going to have a long stringy fiber in the steak. A little bit of pepper. And then I'm going to add a little bit of the pummery mustard. And we're just going to spread that across the steaks so that there's explosions of mustard seed in some of these bites. Now then we're going to take a little bit of wine and we're going to pour some wine over the steaks. Now you have the wine-soaked steak and the pummery embedded in that steak. It's going to be delicious. We're going to take our skewers, and what we're going to do is we're going to take some of our vegetables, the red pepper And the Arkansas black apples are my favorite heirloom, which is very hard. And a red onion and a white onion, and that's going to give us some variety. So let's take the skewer, and we're going to run it right through the steak. And then on top of that, we're going to just put one of these beautiful Arkansas black apples. It couldn't be simpler than that. An apple and a steak. And then an onion. Now here you see we're putting the onion in its skin, but it's okay because the skin will burn away and it'll just leave that delicious barbecue flavor. So that's ready to go. Another steak. Okay, this time I'm going to add the whole red pepper, just like that. That's ready to go. Pretty simple barbecue, really. It's a couple of apples, a red onion, a white onion, and a red pepper. We want to make sure everything gets a lot of that smoke flavor. So what we do is we use the lid of a wok, and that is a great way to capture the smoke flavor of a barbecue and put that right over our meat. You know, part of the joy, of course, of cooking is serving. Having everybody enjoy what you've done. But another side of it is sharing in the preparation. If you have an opportunity to include a young person, or even an elderly person who is your senior, or even a peer in the preparation of the food, you'll find a common ground and make an effort to include someone in what you're doing. And if it's kosher and organic, you have a real story to tell. If it's heirloom, then you're passing on heritage. So, this is the Kosher Organic Ranchero saying, B'tei Avon.